So you all must have seen those sign in with Google, sign in with GitHub, sign in with LinkedIn buttons on every platform nowadays. Have you ever wondered how it actually works internally? And if you are a web developer or a aspiring software engineer, I think this is one of the things which you should understand how sign in with Google and all of these OAuth services works internally. And in this video, we are going to break it down to the depths and understand how these things works internally. And I think this will make you a better engineer. So let's get started. So the first thing which we have here is your user, the one which is coming to your platform. And here I have created a complete flow chart that how open authentication works. Yeah, and I tell you OAuth, it actually stands for open authentication, open authentication. And this is a standard system, a standard protocol which is followed by your frameworks like your Spring framework or your Nest.js and all those other JavaScript, PHP. They all follow this open authentication protocol to authenticate users without asking for credentials. Okay. Now, why user will require OAuth, or in general, why we require OAuth? OAuth is required so that we can authenticate user without even asking for the credentials. It's like I'm saying that Google has already authenticated this user with its all services and all verification process. So if a user is authenticated with Google, that means my platform can easily say that this person is a legit person and I can take service from Google for that. So that's why this open authentication protocol was created. So let us understand how it works internally. So firstly, we have user, okay? And on your platform, user will click user will click on sign in button. Okay, sign in button, sign in with Google. Okay, at this point user is on the front end. So on front end, when the user clicks sign in with Google, what happens is that front end makes a call to your backend. Okay, front end makes a call to your backend. What kind of call? It sends a request to the backend at auth/Google. This is a standard endpoint which is created at backend to handle the first request which is sent by the front end. Okay. Now the call goes to the backend. Now at backend, what backend does is it creates a unique URL. It creates a unique URL. This URL is unique for every request. Okay. How it is handled? It depends on what framework you are using, like Spring framework, or you can say if you are working on SJS and Django, they all have their own implementations. Although the URLs in all of those frameworks look exactly same, but like we are not going deep into like the how this URL is created. Just understand for now, backend creates a unique URL. Okay, it is a string. Okay, now how it creates it, or what it this URL is. So this URL is the URL to the Google's consent form, the form which you see where you will select your email ID. You must have seen that page. This URL which backend create, that is the Google consent page URL. And how it is made? It's made with the client ID and the client secret. Now from where we get it? I'll give you a small example. Let's say you are a developer and want to implement OAuth in your application. So here there is a platform which is Google Cloud Console. Okay, you will go to this platform. You will go to this platform, create your application there. Okay, register your application there, and from here you will get your client ID and client secret. This you will give to your backend. This you will give to your backend. And once you have given this thing to your backend can utilize it to create this string. Backend has created the URL string and it will send. Backend will send back that URL to the front end. Okay. So the URL which is created by the backend, front end will receive it. Now from here onwards, front end will not communicate with our backend. Okay. Front end will not communicate with our backend. Okay. Here, from here, front end will take this URL, and it will send a request to the Google server. Okay. It will send a request to the Google server. Okay. Now Google server, what it does, it will show you the Google consent page. Okay, it will show you the Google consent page. Google will after show you all the emails. User will approve one of the emails, and it will get back to the Google server. Like, you click on the email, then the request goes to the Google server. Now Google server will here Google server will send a redirect URL to the backend of the okay. So here what happens is, in this line, I'll make you explain. Here what happens is, your front end, okay, takes the URL from the backend, Now here front end got the URL to the Google consent page. Okay. So now your browser, like in your browser, you will see something like this, that when you click the Google button, you at the top you will see that URL will change. It will change to the Google consent page. From where this URL came? From the backend. Okay. After you have selected your email there, what happens is your browser is redirected to a endpoint at backend. Okay, so what happens is that after you have selected your email, let's say you have 2 3 whatever emails. Okay, you select one email. So what happens is, at the top you bar, currently it's Google consent page URL. Okay, Google consent page. Okay, but once you have clicked the email, what happens is, this URL will change to a endpoint of the backend. And if you have a good knowledge about building front end backend, you will understand what I'm saying, that here the URL will change to the backend endpoint. Okay, and you must also know that when the URL changes in the browsers, okay, it is always a get request. It's never a post request or any other delete request. It is always a get request. So get request goes to a particular URL, particular endpoint at the backend. Okay, and that is what is happening here. Google server will redirect to backend. Okay, redirect your browser. Google server will redirect your browser to the backend endpoint. Okay, the front end here. Okay, it will go to the backend endpoint. Okay, it will go to the backend endpoint. So front end user, the URL send request to that. Okay, and it is always a get request. Okay, now here the backend get the request from the front end. So backend will parse the request. Okay, backend will pass the request and send the request to the Google server. Okay, now what is happening? the redirect url, okay, the redirect url which is sent by the Google server to your front end contains some special information, which is parsed by your backend, and go backend your backend will send back a request to the Google server, and at this point Google will send user data to the backend. Okay, Google will send the user data to the backend, and backend will save that data. So what it is, backend will store the user data and sends a redirection signal to the user front end. So here the user front end will redirect again. Okay, and where it will redirect, it's your choice. It can be your home, it can be anything. Okay, so you can see there is a lot of mess which is there behind your auth protocol. Okay, but now let us see what are the overview and what kind of requests are going forward and backward. Okay, I'll make a simpler diagram which will help you understand this much better. So firstly you have user, first guy, then you have your front end, second guy, then you have third guy, this is your backend, and then you have fourth guy which is Google. Okay, now user interacts with the front end, so we can box it out or we can even remove user for now. Let us take the front end only for the now. So at front end, when the button clicks the sign in with Google, so it will send a request to the backend. Okay, like always, backend will send back a URL, Google URL to the front end. Front end will communicate with the Google now. Okay, Google will send back a backend endpoint. So what we got? Firstly, we have request here. Then backend will send back a string URL. Okay. Google will send, or now front end will ask Google. Google will send back a backend URL. Front end again. Front end again sends get request to backend. Okay, backend stores the data, backend will send a redirect signal. I think so this is much simpler than what I have drawn. Okay, signal. Okay, so you can see this is pretty much of a mess which is happening back and forth, but I think that if you follow the whole steps which I have shown you, you will understand it properly. Okay, and I have made that effort, my best effort, to make you understand how open authentication works internally, and I hope you are able to. If you haven't, I would like you to rewatch this video. Okay, and I will recommend you firstly watch this diagram which I have drawn, not the one which I have already created, that flowchart. This diagram which I have drawn, understand this each and every step which is happening. Don't think about what data is going forward and backward. You can obviously see it on Google, but firstly see this flow, then see the flow chart which I have created, the diagram which I have already created, and then you will understand it completely. And the next time when you are building or sign in with Google, you know that you have understood it deeply and now you are a better developer. And I hope you like this video, and if you do, you can give it a thumbs up. If you haven't, give it a dislike, and I'll see you in some other video and some other cool technology and some other better explanation. And also, if you are watching this channel for some time, okay, although there are not a lot of people, I would like to know what kind of topics you want. You can give a small comment. Okay, You can just put it out like DevOps. Maybe you can say Spring, Nest.js. Maybe you want to know internals about Bun, Node.js, Java. Just put a keyword. Okay, I'll understand what you are saying. Just put a small keyword. I like to know what you want because I'm running out of ideas that what things should I explain to you people. Okay, and I'll see like what good I can bring more. Okay, because for this channel I want to make videos which are deep, which works with internals of the technology, not like that high level syntax stuff that you can learn from anywhere. But I want to grow with you. I want to understand that internals of the technologies and want you to understand the internals of that technology. Obviously, all of us don't have a lot of time for everything. So that's why I'm taking this of effort to make you understand these technologies. You can relax back. I'll make the explanations. You can just watch them, understand how things works, and let's grow together. And I'll see you in the next one. Till then, bye.